What comes to mind when you hear Mexico City? For some people, it's a blur of old stereotypes. Too big, too crowded, too intense. But Mexico City isn't a headline. It's a living, breathing place, warm, creative, and full of everyday magic. And in this video, we're stepping into the Mexico City people actually live in. The rhythm of the streets, the neighborhoods with distinct personalities, the markets, the food, the creative energy, and the surprising calm you can find inside a city that never fully stops moving. So let's experience Mexico City the real way through its pulse. At sunrise, the city wakes up in layers, shutters opening, coffee brewing, vendors setting up, the first trains rolling underground. And yes, it's busy. But busy doesn't automatically mean chaotic. If you watch closely, Mexico City moves like a system. People flow with purpose. Streets have a rhythm. Neighborhoods have their own tempo. Morning is fast and focused. Midday turns social. Evenings glow warm. Street food comes alive again. Sidewalks fill up, and the city starts feeling like one big outdoor living room. Mexico City doesn't ask you to survive it. It invites you to join the rhythm and find your place inside it. To understand Mexico City, you have to respect the scale. This is a megacity, a vast urban world in a high-altitude valley, with millions of daily stories happening at the same time. From above, it can feel endless. But on the ground, the city doesn't feel like one giant place. It feels like many places stitched together, neighborhoods with their own centers, routines, and familiar faces. One moment you're on a grand boulevard like Paseo de la Reforma, wide lanes, tall buildings, cyclists, joggers, monuments. A few blocks later, you're on a quiet street that feels almost like a small town, trees overhead, a corner bakery, a tiny cafe where the staff already knows the regulars. That contrast is the secret. Mexico City is massive, but it constantly brings you back to the human scale. And in a city this big, green space isn't a luxury, it's essential. Mexico City has places where the pace softens and people reset. You'll see it in parks and tree-lined streets where the soundtrack changes. Fewer engines, more footsteps, more laughter, more birds. In a megacity, these calm pockets matter. They're where families spend time, couples stroll, friends meet, kids play, and the city feels lighter. It's a reminder that Mexico City isn't only energy, it also has balance. If Mexico City has a creative heartbeat, Roma is one of its strongest pulses. This neighborhood has a relaxed, artistic energy, the kind you feel in the air. Mornings begin with cafes. Real cafe culture, espresso machines, baristas who take coffee seriously, and people building their day around conversation and ideas. You'll see writers, designers, entrepreneurs, students, the city's creative engine, moving calmly but with purpose. Roma is also street art heaven. Walls become galleries. Every turn can surprise you: a mural, a hidden bookstore, a small courtyard restaurant, a little shop selling objects that look like they were designed with love. And the best part? Roma doesn't feel like it's trying too hard. It's stylish, but human, creative, but comfortable. It's the kind of place that makes you walk slower just to notice more. Right next to Roma, Condesa changes the mood completely. If Roma is spark, Condesa is breath. This neighborhood is built around green space, parks, shade, and wide sidewalks, and you feel it immediately. Mornings here are about movement. Joggers, cyclists, dog walkers, people doing yoga under the trees. And the pace is different, softer, more balanced. Condesa is also a masterclass in city life that doesn't feel stressful. People sit outside. Friends take their time. Brunch becomes a long conversation. A simple walk becomes the main event. In the middle of a megacity, Condesa feels like a reminder. You can live inside something huge and still have calm. Now let's jump to the opposite energy, Centro Histórico. This is Mexico City's historic and commercial core, where ancient roots and modern life collide. Here, the rhythm is louder, faster, more intense. You'll feel it in the streets. Vendors calling out, delivery carts rolling over stone, crowds weaving through narrow lanes that were never designed for modern speed. And then you step into the Zocalo, one of the great public squares of the world, and suddenly the city feels grand. Around you, monumental buildings, layered history, and the feeling that the city has been a capital for a very long time. Centro is a place of contrasts. Giant open spaces and tight-packed streets, history and everyday hustle, quiet courtyards and noisy sidewalks. If Roma and Condesa feel like modern calm, Centro reminds you, Mexico City has weight, and it carries its history out in the open. Here's a key to understanding Mexico City. Movement is part of daily life, but it's also part of culture. Walking is not just transportation, it's how you experience the city. And when the distance is bigger, the city has layers. Metro entrances, buses on the surface, bike lanes, sidewalks that stay busy all day. The interesting part isn't just the system, it's the human behavior inside it. People have routines, unspoken rules, small moments of cooperation. It's not perfect, but it works because millions of people make it work every single day. Now we slow it down again. Coyoacán feels like stepping into a different time. Cobblestone streets, bright walls, bougainvillea spilling over gates, plazas where people actually sit and stay. Jardín Centenario and Jardín Hidalgo are the center of life here. Families, students, street performers, vendors selling snacks, couples walking with no rush. Coyoacán is also tied to art and identity, and you can feel that legacy in the neighborhood's energy. Small galleries, craft markets, local culture that doesn't feel staged. This is where Mexico City gets quiet enough for you to feel something deeper. Not just movement, but memory. Not just energy, but soul. If you want to understand Mexico City fast, go to a market. Not a fancy store, a real mercado. Markets here are community centers, not just places to buy food. The moment you enter, everything changes. Color explodes, smells hit you instantly, voices overlap, food sizzles, vendors greet regulars like family. You'll see pyramids of produce, stacks of herbs, chilies, flowers, fruits you've never tried. And the best part is the feeling. Markets are built on routine and trust. People come back to the same vendor for years. A transaction becomes a relationship. And somewhere between the butcher, the fruit stand, the spice stall, and the little food counters, you realize, this is the city's real heartbeat. Mexico City street food isn't a trend. It's a daily ritual. It runs the city from morning until late night. In the morning, people grab quick, comforting food on the way to work. By lunch, sidewalks turn into kitchens. And then there's the legend, tacos al pastor. The taquero shaving meat from the spinning trompo, the tortilla ready, the pineapple slice landing on top, fast, precise, almost like a performance. Street food here is built on trust. You pick the stand with the line. You watch the locals. You return to the same person again and again. And when evening arrives, the city gets a second appetite. Churros, corn cups, late-night tacos, food meant for walking, sharing, laughing. In Mexico City, street food is more than eating. It's connection. It's rhythm. It's joy you can taste. Mexico City isn't only preserving tradition. It's inventing the future. In neighborhoods like Roma, Condesa, and Juarez, you'll find a modern creative wave. Design studios, small galleries in unexpected spaces, specialty coffee that feels like an art form concept, shops that blend traditional craft with modern minimalism. You'll also feel it in the food scene, chefs reinterpreting classic flavors, not replacing street food, but expanding the conversation. At night, the creative zones glow. Mezcal bars, rooftop spots, gallery openings, live music, not party city, but vibrant and alive. Mexico City's modern side isn't trying to erase the past, it's building on it. The real magic of Mexico City is how effortlessly it layers worlds. A modern mural can carry ancient symbols. A new cafe can exist beside a street vendor who's been on the same corner for decades. This isn't a city where modern life destroys tradition. It's a city where tradition keeps moving, adapting, surviving, transforming. That's why Mexico City feels so real. It's not old or new. It's both constantly. So what's the real Mexico City? It's huge but human, fast but friendly, intense but full of warmth. It's the rhythm of a metro entrance and the calm of a tree-lined street. It's a crowded market aisle and a quiet plaza bench. It's history under modern footsteps. And if you come here with curiosity, not fear, the city will meet you halfway. It will surprise you. It will feed you. It will move with you. Mexico City isn't a headline. It's a place you feel. And once you feel that rhythm, it stays with you. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Mexico City. If you enjoyed this style of travel story, click on one of the videos on the screen and continue the journey. See you in the next video.